Everything is gonna be alright, and I say we gotta do this thing. You know how we play Power Monday. That's the time it is. You know the kind of kids we are. We are the stars, and we take it there. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we're talking about the reason that people want to be friends with you. The reason that people want to be friends with you. You might think that you know the reason that people want to be friends with you, but then again, you may be totally off base, baby. You might be totally off base about the reason that people want to be friends with you. But we're gonna take a look at that tonight, and we're gonna have some fun now. Just me and all the gang, learning from each other while we do our thing. So we're gonna talk about the reason that people want to be friends with you, and it might be an eye-opening experience if you've never really thought about it. You know, when you really think about what you mean to somebody and what they mean to you, a lot of times we just look at that in the context of lovers, relationships, spouses, things like that. But when you really think about what a friendship is a relationship on a high level to some people. For some people, their friends are all they really have. You know, if you don't have a strong family background or a strong familial foundation, you may have to lean on your friends in order to have the type of social camaraderie that you seek out. But what would happen if you found out that the friends that you thought that you had really only are opportunists? They're really only trying to get something from you. You know, there have been so many songs over the years talking about friends. You know, one of the songs that comes to my mind immediately is Houdini. Friends, how many of us have them? But when you really think about it, friends are how we really learn how people are, how they work. You know, it's teamwork. It's community. So if you really think about what your friendship means to somebody and what their friendship might mean to you, you might really get some answers to unlock certain keys in your life or unlock certain locks, you know, the keys to those locks in your life. And it might make you make better decisions on who you might call a friend and who you might not call a friend. So let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it. The Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm glad to be here on this Power Monday, or what's left of it. We got a few minutes, so let's make the best of it. Let's go ahead and get this thing done. Let's get it did, baby. All right. So the reason that people want to be friends with you, if you really just came off the head, if you think about the friends that you've had over a lifetime, going all the way back to the sandbox, even before the sandbox, going all the way back to when your cousins used to come over, when your mom or your aunts and uncles used to bring your cousins over to your house. We talking about people who may have held you as a child. And you know, just like brothers and sisters and cousins and friends from around the way, you start to develop and figure out who you like to hang around with and who you can kind of take or leave. So just like the other day we were talking about, or was it yesterday, the people that you feel comfortable being around. Well, when we start talking about friends, but in the context of what you mean to a friend, because there's so many people out here who actually pay for their friendship, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. Just like there are plenty of people out here who pay for their relationships and they don't seem to have a problem with it. Maybe they feel like that's just par for the course. But what happens when you're not getting what you're paying for? Or maybe you are making other people pay for your friendship. Maybe you got it like that. Think about how celebrities are. People want to be friends with celebrities. People want to hang out with celebrities. People want to be down with celebrities, so they can kind of set their price with their friends to show how much you want to be friends with them. So you want to hang out with me, you actually have to pay. You have to pay for dinner. You have to pay just to come see me. You have to pay to hang out. There's a time limit. Sort of like thinking that a lawyer is your friend. Yeah, he's your friend. But I bet you when you ask for that law advice, you see what your friendship means in that arena. So that's what we're talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getterism Show. And it's the Daily Go Getterism Show. What's going on, Care Bear? What's going on, Stacy White? Thanks for coming on through on the late night. Appreciate me some you. You know I do. Yes, I do. By the way, from right now and from here on out, you can call in. If you would like to call into the show and actually ask questions, make a statement, whatever, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Yes, we are back in full and total effect. Excuse me. We are back in full and total effect as far as being able to call in. 319-527-6199. You can call in, make a statement, ask a question, vent, get it off your chest. You can curse, you can yell, you can scream, you can blame, point the finger, talk about how come the Eagles are the best team in the NFL and how come the Cowboys aren't and nobody else is either. If you need to get that off your chest, we could do it. But you better hurry up because we ain't going to be here a whole long time tonight. But I wanted to talk about these friendships. What do you mean to your friends? Would your friends fight for your friendship? Would they fight to keep you? If y'all had a falling out or misunderstanding or miscommunication, something or interference by somebody else who didn't want other people to be friends with you, because you know jealousy is a motherfucker and it will rear its ugly head and have people getting involved who probably shouldn't be involved, but who involve themselves. So would your friends fight for your friendship? Would they fight to keep you around? And if they will fight to keep you around, why? Are you paying for them? Are you the caravan, or should I say the Uber driver, or should I say the ride to the club? Are you the kind of friend, you know how comedians talk about how when girls go out, they always take the ugly friend, you know, and she's the one that holds everybody's pocketbooks and all that kind of stuff. I've actually never seen any kind of crazy mess like that, but I guess it must be happening somewhere because they didn't just pull it out of the sky, right? All right. So if your friends are really only friends with you because of what you can give them, then you can definitely put a value on your friendship. So maybe because you're the one who pays for everything, because they wouldn't have certain things if you weren't there, maybe they feel necessary to fight for your friendship. You know, let's say you're the type of friend who throws really great parties. You throw those get-togethers, and those get-togethers have members of the opposite sex there. So they know all of the pretty girls, the easy girls, or whatever, they're going to come to your party. Or all of the fine dudes, the good-looking, the handsome men, they're going to come to your party. So it's a good chance that if you're single and, you know, you're trying to hook up with somebody at one of your parties, it could happen. Because people come there, they have a good time, they behave themselves, all the food is good, the drinks are flowing, you know, the conversation is nice. So they might not want to not be friends with you because then they wouldn't get invited to those exclusive parties. So fighting for your friendship is necessary, even though you might be one of those types of friends who people don't really know where they stand with you. You know how it is when people don't really know where they stand with you as far as friendship is concerned. Like you seem like you're a best friend to everybody. I've had friends like that where you didn't really know where you stood. They were so cool with everybody that you couldn't really tell who their best friend was. You couldn't really tell who they liked the most. You couldn't really tell who was special to them. And for a lot of people, that's important for them to know. They need to know, you know, like they matter. They need to know that they matter. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I ain't mad at it. But if you're the type of person where you are feeding your friends in a certain kind of way, there are different ways to feed a person. You can feed them with food. You can feed them with knowledge. You can feed them with gifts. You can feed them with like I said, those parties or something like that. You may have a way of attracting people to you, and so you know what you mean to those people when you're not around and when you are around. Mm-hmm. So what do you mean to your friends? Why do people want to be friends with you? Have you ever found out some sinister reasons why people wanted to be friends with you? Have you ever found out that there's some people who called themselves your friends and who you may have called yourself a friend to? And this is bigger than just somebody talking bad about you behind your back. I'm talking about in a situation where people may have expressed that they don't really give a shit about you one way or another. But they may have also expressed that, well, you know, you got to be down with dude, or you got to be down with this chick because, you know, without them, we wouldn't have this, or, you know, they'll do this for you, or, you know, I'm just hanging in there until I get this from them or get this from her. You may have found that out. And it may have really pissed you off to find out that somebody doesn't really care about you. It ain't cool. It ain't cool, but it happens. It happens, and it's something that we got to deal with. Kid Bear says, I had people want to be friends with me because for clout. Because for clout chasing reasons. Yep. When they know that, like, for example, if they know that you know people. It could be, and there could be different people. Now they won't admit that they want to be down with you because of the networking possibilities, but they may know that you know certain people. Where they say it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's definitely who you know when it comes to friendship, because you are friends with people that you know. You are friends with people that you know. So let's say you know a bunch of celebrities, or you know a bunch of politicians, influencers. That's who you know. You may be an influencer yourself, but not on the level of the people that you know. Not on the level of the people that you know. So they want to be down with you. They want to be down with the king, down with the queen. Care Bear says, my real friends would do anything for me. Wow. That is high praise. I ain't gonna lie. I cannot say that. I've been good friends with some people, but time has shown me that they would definitely not do anything for me. You kind of learn that the hard way. Even though your anything might not be a big thing. Your anything might be a small thing, but it might just be what you need. And they might not be there they may not be able to provide that. Does that show their true colors? I wouldn't say that necessarily, but it might not be able to be denied that they are not the friend for you that you need. Thanks for liking and sharing the show, Stacy. And thanks for that reminder. You know, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And Marie says, my ex-best friends were only friends with me because I was friends with somebody who they wanted to be friends with. And then they became like super rude to me for no reason, and they bullied me. Well, you know what? I'm really sad to hear that. And your story is not unlike a lot of people. We were just talking about that. Sometimes when people know that you know other people and they want to get close to those people, it may be they may want to get close to those people because those people have clout, celebrity status, local celebrity status. It doesn't matter. Or they may be handsome, somebody who they want to be, who they might want to link up with or whatever. But you start to see how much you mean to somebody when the heat gets turned up just a little bit. You turn up the oven a little bit, turn up the burners on the stove of your friendship, and you start to see who's who. You start to see who's who. You start to see what you mean to a certain person. And that's why I asked earlier in the program, would your friends fight for your friendship? If y'all had a falling out, if y'all had an argument, if y'all had a disagreement, if y'all had a miscommunication, if there were things being said about you to somebody else or about somebody else to you, and the story wasn't exactly straight, but in a way it kind of fit a narrative, and you were ready to step off from being friends with somebody, would they say, nah, this thing is not big enough to ruin or to diminish the way that I feel about you. So no, I don't want to not be friends with you anymore. I want to be friends with you. So whatever we got to do to work this thing out, let's do it. Even still, somebody might be friends with you just because of what you can do for them or the way that you make them look in front of other people. In many ways, our friends are a reflection of ourselves. And I don't mean our outer selves. Many times our friends are a reflection of our inner selves, the way that we feel about ourselves. Our friends may, in many ways, be our ego. Our friends, in many ways, might be our ego, if you understand what I mean. And I'm not trying to get super deep with it, but think about it. You're normally friends with people that you wouldn't mind being seen with. You're normally friends with people that you would recommend to other people. You're normally friends with people who reinforce your ideas, your feelings, your thoughts, your ways, your beliefs. Those are normally the people that you're friends with. Not saying that opposites can't attract, but I don't even really know what opposites are. What is an opposite person to another person? Like one is fat and the other one is skinny? That doesn't make them opposite. But, yeah. Finding out what you mean to your friends or why people want to be friends with you. Are you even a friendly person? Are you the type of person that people like to be around? Are you gregarious? Are you sociable? Are you talkative? Because many times when people see that other people are attracted to you, they want to get next to you too. And they may want to get next to you because you're able to get next to somebody else. Marie says, I'm thinking harder right now than I've thought in my entire life. Really? Interesting. But yeah, when you think about why people want to be friends with you, I mean, you might want to ask them if you haven't asked them in the past. Yeah, how did we become? We normally know how we became friends, but we never really think about why. Well, I'm not going to say we, because there are plenty of people who do think about why. Like, you know why you like a person, but do you always know why a person likes you? Because the lines can get crossed and blurred in that regard. Why does a person like you? Why you? I mean, do you always have room for another friendship? You may not always have room for another friendship. You know what I mean. In other words, you may like how Drake said, no new friends, no new friends. I always thought that's bad money right there. Don't say no new friends. You should always try to have as many real friends as possible, especially when you might not know if your old friends or your existing friends are real friends in the first place. People say, or they praise often, relationships, lovers, and friends who was down with you before you started making money, before you became successful, before you become famous, things like that. That doesn't mean that they're your real friends or good friends just because they were there when you were broke. A lot of people are there when you're broke. There's no shortage of broke people, you know. There's definitely a limit to how many rich people there are. But I think poor and broke, you know, it goes deep. You can definitely do the exponents on when it comes to that. Care Bear says, I don't know that I need new friends. No, what I mean by there's nothing wrong with having a whole lot of healthy relationships, but you have to know the difference. Some of us don't know what I mean when I say healthy. Well, when something is healthy, it's safe, it's secure, it's good. There's no way that something can be healthy and not be good. No way. That's why when they say that somebody has a healthy appetite and they really mean that they eat a lot, that ain't healthy. That ain't healthy. Yeah. Oh, Care Bear says, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, you know, when I heard Drake say, you know, no new friends, no new friends, I understand he's saying that the people that he has on his side are his real people. I'll bet you that from the time that he said that, and that had to be about what, like a good 9 or 10 years ago, I'll bet you he feels a little differently now. Things change when you start to find out why people really wanted to be friends with you and why they might not want to be friends with you anymore. But what's the reason that you my friend? You are my friend. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean to your friends? Why do people want to be friends with you? What are the reasons that people want to be friends with you? If you're a good looking person, more than likely you're always going to have people try to be friends with you. People like to be next to people who look good, smell good, show out good. Because they know when you're a good looking person, you're going to attract other people to you. So they might be taking your strays. You know what I mean? Your leftovers, they're more than willing to feast on them. Marie says, you have a great voice. I appreciate that. Appreciate you saying that. I really, really do. But yeah, you know, I'm not saying that people who are non-attractive or not as attractive don't have friends also. But the road to that friendship is different. With good-looking people, people gravitate towards them. They want to form friendships with them. It's just a fact of life. It is. Even if you go to buy a puppy, or they call it adopting. If you wanted to go adopt a pet, you're going to try to find the pet that is prettiest to you, the most good looking. It's a natural thing for human beings to do. We judge things by the way they look. I think we're the only species on Earth that does that. We make decisions about who's good looking and who's not good looking. Okay, fine. It doesn't always have to be the same decision, but we basically use that criteria. So if you're a good looking person, you're not going to have a hard time finding friends. You may have a hard time keeping friends or having friends for the right reasons, but you're not going to have a hard time finding them. They're going to make themselves very accessible and very visible to you. Yes, yes, yes. What about your friends? Will they let you down? Will they be around to the end? Hey, we're going to be here no long time, man. We are actually right around the limit that I wanted to do this show. But really, Marie says, my dog is ugly as fuck. Evidently, that dog has some appeal to you.
90 seconds.
There are times when we buy what we can afford or choose what we can afford. And there are times when we choose what we want. Simple as that. Let's do some birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 6th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-E-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Shima Barfield, turning 36 years old today, and also my girl Kitty Harris. Happy birthday to you. And Monica Sims, turning 56 years old today, and Shanthia Hayes, turning 53 years old today, and Tamara Bunn Roberts, turning 49 years old today, and Vermeen Stroman, turning 52 years old today, and Doris McMillan, happy birthday to you, and Carrie Ann Walker, turning 35 years old today, and Kashina Wright, turning 49 years old today, and Nikki Giovanni, not that Nikki Giovanni, but this Nikki Giovanni, turning 43 years old today, and Vanessa Christmas Freeman, happy birthday to you, and my man Ramesis Moore, turning 38 years old today, and James Blizzard, go getter James Blizzard, turning 51 years old today, and Thomas Russell, happy birthday to you. And Kay Ray, my girl Kay Ray, turning 74 years old today. Well, I'll be. And also Vincent Colasso, turning 59 years old today. A lot of birthdays today. And last but not least, my girl from the West Coast, Stephanie Rouse. Bouse. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious November 6th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, think about the reason that people want to be friends with you. You might agree or approve of the reasons that they want to be friends with you. Like maybe you have a great smile. Maybe you're really friendly. Hey, how you been, man? Hey, you want to do something? Hey, come on over here. Let me introduce you to some people. Maybe you're protective. Like, yo, anybody mess with you, you let me know. Because, no, we ain't having that. You my peoples. I'm down with you. Or, maybe you have the direct phone number to the president of the United States. Or the president of city council. I don't know. Somebody who can help you out. Somebody who can help somebody out. What do they say? That's what friends are for. Well, find out what your friendship is for to others. You know what I mean? Make them qualify your friendship. Make sure you know for your own edification. Why do people want to be friends with you? And that may help you to make some well-informed decisions in the future. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come through. It's going to be like somewhere around 11 o'clock, between 11 and 11:30, I hope. So let's get it popping. Blog Talk, we going to get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace. All right. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Thank y'all. Peace. All right.